And we are
Yep.
live. Yep.
Awesome. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Let's Create Gods and Kill Each Other. Um, Welcome back to the shit stream. Where we last left off, they quickly ascended a new deity. They made some pacts with new deities and realized that if they don't get out of this plane of endless death and torture, they're all gonna die, and their souls will be ripped to shreds slowly for the rest of time in the void. I think that pretty much sums it up. Let's just get back into it, where we left off. Hawk, you just ended up on the beach. You woke up, being slammed against the sand by a massive wave that carried you back to the beach. Your eyes, not that you can see them, are now these two golden Leviathan eyes, for lack of a better term. And the rest of your party was teleported there by Mr. Goat, who still doesn't have a name, who was rushed to his ascension by your now patron.
Yes.
Who exploded in a blast of golden light, with all your quote-unquote companions around you kind of figuring out what happened.
A job well done.
Shits. What do you want to do?
I'm pawing at the amulet because I'm mad that it's not my amulet anymore. I want it back, damn it. I like the smell.
Mm-hmm. It smells of seawater.
Boring. I'm on the beach. I can smell seawater anyway. This is pointless. Worst scented candle ever.
Yeah. Zara? Besmos. You see the goat explode into golden light, and Hawkfeather has washed up on the shore.
I know of this. I know the deity he has on him, right?
Yeah, you just chose to be silent last time.
Yeah.
After I notice Mr. Goat leaving, I give a contempt look towards Hawkfeather due to that nice little deal he made with the god. So
I give her a thumbs up.
You don't know about any deal he made with the god.
Yeah.
He just washed up on shore with iconography of this lesser idol.
I really can't say much about it besides just look at him with a confused look and then question how the hell did he get out the bubble?
Praying does amazing things. My mission in life is completed. The goat has completed his right. I have nothing else to worry about anymore.
Oh, it is.
Religion is a hell of a drug. No.
Religion is a hell of a drug.
Now I consider blizzard or volcano.
How about getting us out of here? But since that's not happening...
Since that's not happening, blizzard or volcano.
I'd vote neither.
You just want to sit here? Alright, who wants to play tic-tac-toe? Alright, me and Besmos are playing tic-tac-toe.
Both of you roll intelligence checks.
Awesome.
So, I contemplate and think on how the fuck we're gonna explain to the quote-unquote dragon about Mr. Goat's hasten ascension. This is not gonna go bode well with him, and we may not get out of here.
I don't see the issue.
Hooray!
Hawk, you win the first game.
Yeah!
The accomplishment feels really insignificant.
My friend is watching the stream. He said, fuck the dragon, I'm trying to play tic-tac-toe. Oh, I love Stabby so much.
Damn it.
Alright, no. Well, we went to the blizzard. That didn't go well. We went to the hurricane. That happened. I began walking towards the volcano. We gotta do something. Because as I will gladly say out loud, I'd rather not go talk to that creature again. It won't be happy with me.
Swim. Lava.
I'm gonna go hug the lava.
Blue
Anyone coming
lava.
with?
Maxwell says, I'll come.
Sick. Besmos?
You gotta
Alright.
stop.
Yeah, I know. I really hope he does stop. Zara?
Zara?
You in, Zara?
Might as well.
Alright. You all start heading over to the volcano.
This is clearly the best choice. Don't worry about it.
Somebody roll a D100 for me.
I'll do it. I haven't gotten a chance to do it yet. Wow, that dice really span for a while. 29.
29. Alright.
You know what,
As you guys...
Quiet.
Sorry?
I said quiet, Besmos. He doesn't blame you if anything happens.
You guys start to make your way towards the scary volcano. And immediately the forest begins to recede as you start to climb in elevation.
Just like my father's
The
hairline.
soft forest soil starts to slowly transfer into this rocky mountain terrain as the hill gets steeper and steeper, and you are now at the base of the volcano. Roll. Who's leading the pack?
I guess I am, but a while ago we rolled and saw paths around the volcano.
Yep. Roll
I
an
remember?
intelligence check.
Do I remember? 18. I think I do.
18.
Yep.
You kind of take a second to look around where you are right now. And although you are much closer to the volcano, you see some pretty reliable looking paths that you can take up to the top.
I'd like to take the one that looks the most reliable.
Okay. You sure you don't want to take the unreliable ones?
I'd like to look at it. What does it look like?
Just flowing with lava.
Oh, that's totally a good idea. No.
Yep.
Yeah, brother.
So you all start heading up the mountain. On your way, you see nothing. It's a pretty nice climb. You do notice, now that you are kind of looking out for it, the hurricane, the massive windstorm to the east, does look like it's steadily growing closer.
Yeah, it seems about right.
Mm-hmm. At a certain point, walking up the mountain, it's just about dusk here, and you're about a third of the way up the mountain at this point. You see a strange obsidian obelisk that looks to be about 6 feet tall and floating 3 feet off the ground.
I look at Zyra. This seems like something she would know more about. This looks magical.
How dumb are you?
Do I look like I know anything about floating obelisks? I will, however, study it. Even though I'm pretty sure I have the lowest intelligence in the entire party.
Second to Besmos, maybe.
Was he negative?
I don't know. I think so.
I'm +0. I only have 11.
Okay.
All right,
I'm going
well,
to
both
roll
of
an
you-
Arcana, if that's
Yeah,
cool.
roll Arcana or Religion, either one.
Is it fine if I roll both and tell you which one's
Sure.
higher?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're both +0. Which one do I want?
Alright. For Arcana, I got a 10. And for Religion, I got a 16.
All right.
For Arcana, I got a
What
1.
languages do you read?
What languages? That's a good question. Un momento. Proficiency in languages. Oh. Dwarvish, Elvish, Gnomish, and Common.
Okay. This obelisk looks to be carved out in a language that you don't understand. The writing on it, at least. From a 10 with Arcana, you do realize that some of these runes, most of them, look to be made up of the base elements of conjuration runes.
Mm-hmm.
However, they look very, very advanced, more than you've ever seen. From Religion, you aren't able to determine what entity this obelisk was set up for, but you believe it was set up as some sort of sign of worship. Hawk, you rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a 16 Religion and a 1 Arcana.
Okay, well, you know the same religion as Zyra does. You know that it looks to be made to be a sign of worship for some entity, but you're not sure what it is. You only speak Orcish and Common, right?
For some reason, yes.
Yeah, you don't understand what the words say.
That sucks. Kind of want to.
All that being said, here it is.
I kind of want to touch the obelisk.
You do you. You go kill yourself. I'm
gonna go touch the obelisk.
Okay. You walk up to it and you hear a faint, almost humming, vibrating sound coming off of it as you get closer, just a steady.
Overprod technology. See.
Sorry?
Nothing. Nothing. It's a bad joke.
Zyra, you should sit on this.
What?
What?
No!
What? Can I?
I believe she didn't even. She's still a virgin. What the fuck?
May I pray to Ukatora to see if he'll help me out here?
What would you like to pray to him?
I'd like to pray. I don't know word this. For general information of who this obelisk belongs to and why it's here in this terrible, damned land.
You don't get any words back, but you get this incredibly cold feeling just wash over your soul. You just feel chilled to the bone all of a sudden. And though you get no words, you do get the feeling that your god doesn't deem this of importance.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume he doesn't like whoever the obelisk is for. And I'm
Shut
gonna
up,
take a step
Tren.
back. I'm gonna slowly step back.
Can I roll? Can I try and communicate with my? No, I already communicated with her once. Is it the next day or the same day?
It's not really a spell or ability, you just prayed to her. And because you are on a very, very much closer plane on the other side of the divine gate, which you are never have been before, you are closer to your god than you've ever been.
So the divinity is strong.
Maybe if
I don't. I'm gonna try and roll another religion check to see what this in case if I don't get it, and if not get it, if I do get it or know which god this is. If not, then I will ask for my goddess to help me, if that's cool.
So,
from your first religion check, you couldn't really determine that.
So do I? So should I roll another
I'll let
religion
you
check?
pray to your god if you would like.
Yeah.
What would you like to pray
asked
to
how
her?
heavy the obelisk looks.
Oh, awesome.
I think he's gonna steal it.
It is pretty tall. It's about 6 feet tall, but it's only really about 6 inches by 6 inches square. It doesn't look super heavy. It looks to be made of some obsidian-like glass.
I have an odd feeling I'm gonna touch it and it's gonna be really, really heavy. And it's just gonna crush me. I have a weird feeling.
Stops levitating and just falls on you.
I pull it and just that hurt.
Plus, yeah, I mean, it is floating, Besmos.
So yeah, I'd imagine it doesn't weigh much. Or anything. Bring it down. Oh, I think Besmos is stealing. Oh no.
Is there something you would like to do, Besmos?
I'm gonna step back before he does something stupid. I feel like this is gonna go really poorly.
Okay, how are you attempting to do this?
I think he's just grabbing it. Watch, we're gonna take this, and it's gonna have like significance, and we're gonna have to bring it back. And I'm gonna hate my life when we have to come all the way back to the volcano.
You tie the cat to a rope. Okay, well, you can't do that.
Hey, no. We've done this game before.
As you take out your rope and say, "Cat, come here."
Cat says
nothing
no,
happens
steps
because
away.
Cat says no. What would you like to do?
Now I want to know Cat is stepping away, so if he tries anything, I have time to react.
And Cat is so much faster than you.
We're gonna play this game again where you never catch me.
While these two buffoons are going back and forth, I'm going to communicate with my goddess,
I
asking
like this
her,
plan.
for love of God, what is
Oh god, I'll
Okay,
take the road
we'll
for it.
get to what Tren and Hawk are doing, because Besmos isn't Besmos. Besmos is just Tren.
indeed?
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Zyra,
ask
what are you praying?
Good grief. I'm going to communicate with her, asking, does she know of this deity or this oracle of sense, to the god or goddess that is being preyed upon with this oracle?
Roll a religion check.
Okay. That's a 19.
19. You close your eyes and grasp your holy symbol again, and similarly, you see through your closed eyes a bead of light beginning to form. And it grows and grows and grows into this visage of your deity, Corellin. Beautiful woman shining with blue light. And she tells you, this is an obelisk to the Drow Queen Lolth.
I'm sorry, who?
Lolth, the mother of spiders, queen of all evil Drow, goddess of slavery and torment and death.
So I assume we're standing on the whole law then.
Besmo said spiders know I want to leave, but Besmos, you don't know it's about spiders.
Yeah, Besmos, you don't know any of this.
Your plan is happening, and we're gonna see spiders probably eat you alive. You already said you want to do this.
Goddess, how do I get out of here with these idiots?
Hey, I'm not the dumb one. Besmos is the one throwing himself.
You
at
don't
spiders.
hear her say that. She kind of gives you a knowing little smile, and just says, I think an ally you've already made can help you out with that.
Meow.
Is it the cat?
No.
Hey, cat's gonna save the world.
Goat.
The goat already ascended, no?
Indeed.
I told you I had a plan.
He
He's
has
coming
enough
back.
power at this point to bring you out of this plane. He just has to figure out how to use it.
God dang it.
And you didn't believe me when I said to pray to the goat. Well.
No. You asked Besmos to pray to the goat, not me.
No, I said everyone should pray to the goat.
No.
Any more questions before Mike?
You'll be able to
insulted?
after your action that you've already said you're going to do.
You can do that if you don't die here and now.
Yep.
I nod my head, do a little curtsy bow, and politely thank my goddess for this useful information.
She just nods back to you, and you open your eyes, and she's gone.
and you see a
Do I
rope.
see the stupidity that's about to happen?
You see Besmos with a rope harness.
You see Besmos with a rope tied around his torso, kind of like a backpack, and he hands one end of it to Hawk and runs and leaps at the obelisk.
I just want you to know.
Do I
Hawk is
scream
holding
out,
the
wait?
most- Hawk looks very.
You
very
can scream
confused.
out, wait,
I'm holding the rope, but I don't know what's happening.
but
While he's doing,
Besmos is already in the air. You just came
while
out of your prayer to see this.
I scream out, wait, the obelisk is the prayer too low.
I pull the rope. I react to pull the rope. I'm gonna try and stop.
Give me a dexterity check, Hawk,
Hell
to
yeah.
see if you hear that in time.
It's gonna be a no.
21. Tell me it's gonna be
21?
Nat 1,
Give me a strength check.
huh? This is less good. 13. That's not bad.
13?
Yeah.
You attempt to yank him back, and for the most part do. The harness was not secured very well around Besmos.
Oh, God damn
It
it.
yanks up to his neck, and you're pretty much yanked back by your neck, Besmos, but the lower half of your body still slams into the obelisk.
Oh shit, that's good.
I regret nothing.
And we'll cut back to you all in just a second.
Oh.
Aiden.
Yes.
You are preparing for the end of this cycle. As so many other cycles before it, you found this is one of your favorite spots to enjoy the end. You initially,
Jesus Christ.
upon being thrust into this realm, within your first 100 deaths or so, give or take, you attempted to pray to gods here, gods there, any of them that would hear you, to get you out of this. Before you just settled in and let it be. One moment.
Should have prayed to Ukatoa.
No.
Yes. All hail Ukatoa.
Pray to the goat. Yeah, should have
Pray to
prayed to the
both.
goat, Hawk.
Pray to both.
Should have prayed to the goat, Hawk.
What if Ukatoa is the goat? You don't know. Besides, the goat doesn't know what he's doing yet, so Ukatoa is the clear choice. Look, in the name of Percy Jacket, I will save the world. Okay?
Are you going to kill Besmos or are you going to kill Hawk?
Excuse me? No. Mike, I think we gotta stick together here, man. They want us dead. They want us both dead. Don't worry, lizard and cat together are unstoppable. It's fine.
Mostly because they're more likely to kill each other.
No, at worst, I'll throw Besmos at you. As a literal missile.
Alright. Aiden, you feel the magic on one of the many obelisks that you've set up in worship to one of the many deities that you've tried reaching out to. Expends itself. It's a pretty close obelisk to where you're at.
Okay.
What the fuck, you relaxing on a volcano?
Yeah. This is one of your favorite places to watch the end.
while this is going on, I'm just gonna infuse my scale mail with enhanced defense,
Okay.
just for something to do, because this sounds like trouble, as always.
Mm-hmm. As always is in this plane.
White for a cat here to save the day.
And then secondly, I think I am going to create an Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
What?
Specifically the
Is it the flamethrower, the force ballista, or the protector?
it is going to be the Force Ballista, just in case I have to shoot someone.
Okay.
So
All
currently,
right, and that's movable.
yes,
You just carry that with you.
it follows me around basically is how this thing works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it has its own AC and everything, so
Sounds good.
all right. As I begin moving around with this thing, I am going to. I'm just checking something. Head towards the obelisk then, prepared, just in case.
Okay. You start heading down the mountain. And it takes you really only a few seconds before you start to see the unleashing of this powerful magic that you imbued into this obelisk. You see a bright's not the right word. Y'all know what black lights look like,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a beam of just jet black energy shooting up into the sky
Mhm.
with this sort of black light haze around it.
Okay.
It's only a couple 100 feet from you, down the mountain.
The magic.
Do I see anyone else other than the obelisk?
Roll a
You'll
perception
probably
check.
see me first. I'm a giant pure white cat.
Okay.
better.
That is. You said perception, not persuasion, right?
Perception.
Persuade
Yeah.
the perception.
Persuade your eyes to see better.
That's an 8. That's an 8. Can I persuade my eyes to work better than that? 'Cause damn.
Unfortunately, no. You don't see anyone.
Okay.
You see
Down
a
there.
moving white rock.
Shut up, Justin. Okay. As far as it goes, I'm gonna try and hide in any near bush or anything and watch to see if I notice anything.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Oh, good. I've got disadvantage at these. Well, I don't have to worry because I legit got a 1 and a 2. Fuck me. So that's
Well.
a 0 because of my -1 stealth. I'm switching dice.
0. Okay. You're pretty much above the tree line at this point, but where you're at on a kind of trail up the mountain, you're on about a 3-foot thick ledge,
Mhm.
and you pretty much just like press yourself up into the face of the volcano wall
I'm
and
gray. It'll work.
stand as still as you possibly can. The volcano's very dark black rock, but you feel like you're pretty stealthy.
Is my passive perception unit to see him because of how bad that is?
My scale mail's
No.
black. They won't notice.
You-
Doesn't sparkle in the sunlight. Okay, and my cannon totally
Speaking of-
blends.
Hawk, Besmos, and Zyra, you are engulfed in darkness.
Ooh.
As Besmos, your body slams into the obelisk, and it immediately falls over, and its levitation ends as it shatters against the volcano rock below you, sending this beam of darkness that you can't see as your vision is just gone, up into the sky.
I just facepalm and then and then pull out a candle and firebolt the tip where the
does that
ignite
help?
is, so I can at least get some light.
Okay. You pull out a candle and
I just
firebolt the tip, and it feels like the fire caught on top of the candle. You have no light.
I was about to say, this is light around us. It's just black light, so we can't. That doesn't really help. Question,
This
now,
is what
darkness,
we in the
I'm assuming
game
that doesn't
call
help.
magical darkness. You cannot see
Yeah, I'm
in
assuming my
magical
dark vision does
darkness.
not help in this situation.
No, it does not.
That's what I figured. Alright, time to start going around without eyes. Alright, I'm start sniffing.
So now you're going dog.
Roll a perception check.
Fine, Scoob.
You do have a makeshift noose around Besmos's neck
Oh yeah,
as
I
well.
can get to Besmos. I would like to pull Besmos to me.
Besmos, you can't
way.
breathe as your harness has pretty much gone up around your neck at this point.
Also 19 on perception.
19.
Yeah.
You sniff the air and catch the scent of Besmos, Zyra. Smells like lit wax at this point. And something else, something sour, and putrid, something almost rotting.
I drop the rope. I want to move towards it. Because now I'm curious.
Wait, how high up is Besmos?
How high is he?
Yes.
He's on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're all on like the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to head towards the smell that I don't recognize. The other two will be fine, I'm sure.
Okay.
Besmos said he'll
You
follow
start
me.
heading over to the smell, and all of a sudden, the darkness is gone, and you all can see again.
Can I look in the direction of the smell?
Yes. In front of you, there is a roughly 15-foot tall spider. Although where the head of the spider usually is, there's a woman's torso and arms and head coming out.
Do we see this or just him?
I don't think you two are looking.
No, you all see this massive creature, woman, thing, as the darkness vanishes, and you can all see again.
I'm gonna stay calm. As calm
Well-
as I can. I'm just gonna say, how can I help you today?
While he does that, I'm a bow. Because I'm not dying today.
I disagree.
Zyra,
I was gonna kill
your
them.
holy symbol around your neck shatters
Oh.
as you bow to this creature.
Bow to a
Go
different
to another deity
You
without
bow to a
respect,
different deity.
just because it's a sign of respect. Okay.
That's why I didn't bow. I had a feeling. I had a feeling this thing was whatever. God damn it. I will not bow. I will look at it straight in the eyes and say, how can I help you?
This woman looks down at you, and you can see her eyes are large black orbs, just voids that you see no light coming out of.
That's pretty cool.
Roll an Arcana check or a Religion check. Just one or the other, not both.
+0 or +0? Hard decision. Religion. 15.
15.
I'm not doing bad
This-
at religion considering I have +0.
This is what many refer to in the religious world as a drider.
I don't know what these are.
A drow priestess who has, through the act of a ritual, gotten closer to her god, or goddess, I should say, by becoming partially like her god. That bad people. Bad.
Yes, I can definitely assume by it being a 15-foot tall spider.
She's just looking at you right now.
I'm just gonna quietly look back. We're just gonna have a staring contest.
And you see her eyes pass over you, look to Besmos, look to Zyra kneeling to her,
Can I
and then
brush the,
her eyes start to glance up the mountain.
I would like to brush the symbol on my neck to kind of like motion towards it a little bit, like without it clearly being that's what I'm doing.
Motion to it in a way
Yeah.
to show her
Like, I
and
just wanna,
nobody else, or
Just motion away to show it. The others have already seen it.
okay.
Slightly narrow my eyes.
She's not looking at you anymore. She's
I'll take a
starting to
glance.
look up the mountain.
I'll take a glance at what she's looking at.
Roll perception check.
Okay. $12.
About 150, 200 feet up the mountain, there is a armored gray dwarf who is pretty much just frozen in a very comical, like, spy movie pose against a wall, trying not to be seen.
Now, distance and height separately, how far is he? Roughly.
Distance?
Yeah.
About 150 feet total. 200 feet. Height, maybe 25, 30 feet of elevation.
So I could get to him pretty fast. Do I want to, though? I'll call to him. So do you want to come down, or do you want to stay up there?
Aiden, you hear, as you see the darkness fade away, you now see a few humanoid-sized creatures down there, and one very large drider.
So I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat and head back up the mountain for the time being.
Cat is tempted to follow. I could probably catch up.
There's a
Okay.
reason I took this spell, actually. I have something for this.
I want to follow him.
You begin to run.
I want to set up a defensive position up on top of the mountain. That way I can see what's going on, but farther up and with the cannon aiming down.
I would like to yell, "Take me with you!" as I run and climb.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Me? Alright, that's
Yep.
easy. Oh, I hate these dice tonight. 4!
4.
Going solo for you.
I'm switching dice again.
You begin to run, and you make it about 20 feet before you start to feel your muscles seize and lock up
Fucking goddamn it.
Oh, Drider wants you to stay.
as the drider, not that you can see as you're turned away, but the drider begins to make her way up the mountain.
course she
I
does.
turn around. I'm going back down. Fuck this.
My cannon's at the ready, I assume, at this point. Right behind
is.
me? Okay, good. I'm gonna wait till they come forward and just make sure it's ready to go, in case.
Alright. Is there anything... Zyra, Besmos, Hawk, what do you guys do?
I'm confused as to why it specifically wants him. Because it's ignoring the three of us, who are way closer. And it's going after this dwarf. I'm gonna take a sit and watch approach.
Okay.
And keep an eye on it. At a safe distance.
Alright. Zyra, what are you doing?
Alright, good talk.
It appears Zyra is asleep
Was
on the mountain.
thinking.
Okay.
Thank you. Seeing as how my holy symbols shattered before me after I bowed to a high priestess of all things.
Shattered is a rough word. More like it has just a massive crack in the middle of it.
I can't. Well, I slowly look up towards her and see that and when I do, she's not like looking at me or us. She's just looking at
Well, she's
whoever up
watching
on.
She's not looking at any of you, yeah.
She is. I sort of just look in confusion, but I guess shrug it off.
Roll a religion check for me.
Great. What is this now?
Probably to learn about the Drider.
Another 19.
Another 19. Okay. You know exactly what this is. This is a Drider. A drow priestess of Lolth. You also remember, because the player might not have, but the DM always remembers.
Mhm.
Your goddess gave you 3 simple commandments. And in return, she would give you power. The first was to create, inspire, and find beauty in all that you do.
Yes.
The second was to follow the echoes of lost magics, forgotten sites, and ancient art, for within these lie the Archheart's first works. And the third was to combat the followers of Lolth, wherever they might be.
Ooh.
Well, seeing as how I see a Loth worshipper in front of me, probably may die. I ready my weapon. And I
Okay.
cast Magic Missile, 2nd level.
I have a
Alright.
question as far as it comes to this giant Drider. Does my climbing speed equate to this giant creature?
You don't know.
What do you mean I don't know? I just want to know if I can climb it or not.
Oh, you mean climb on top of the creature?
Literally climb the Drider.
Yeah, you imagine you can. It's not like climbing just a tree or a rock wall, like you'll have to make a check to see if you can. But, yeah, you imagine you should be able to.
I would like to look at Zyra and ask, what are you doing?
I ignore him and just automatically
You cast
use
magic missile. Roll
2nd
damage
level.
for me.
Not 4. Wait,
Desmos, I agree.
2nd level. Yeah, it was second level. So wait, sorry, it was
You're good.
at second level, so I had to do one more.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not 4, so that's no. My bad. That's a 4 this time, so that's 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
Yep.
Alright. Is that total?
Mhm.
That should be 4d4 plus 4, right? 7 is
No.
impossible.
1d4 plus 1.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 1 4
and
times.
I cast it.
'Cause
Oh!
it's 3 times at level 1, and it gets plus 1
Mhm.
on each.
Oh! Sorry, I didn't read the
Did you only
file.
roll 2? Out of
Yes, I rolled it twice.
Yeah, no, you get 4 of those. Hit it 2 more times. Let's go.
I appreciate your encouragement, but please stop.
I mean, while you do that, me and Bosmos are getting out of here. Right on.
So that's 2. And that's a 5.
Okay. So total of 14 then.
Correct.
Your magic missile slams into the Drider. As she's most of the way up to Aiden. She turns immediately, and I want everybody to roll initiative.
Damn it, I was about
So
to
if
say I
told
want
you
to
me and
fire my
Bosmos already
cannon.
ran for our lives.
She does not maintain her hold person.
I will back you up, Fuka. I got you. Oh Jesus. Well, okay.
Cat will pray to Ukatoa if I should run or if I should fight.
You don't need a response from your god to believe that, as he's chosen you as a weapon, running away is a pretty stupid option.
Well, yeah, but if this isn't his enemy, I have no reason to fight. Fighting pointless battles is another thing entirely.
You fought Besmos on top of the pyramid.
Hey, that's because he wasn't listening, and that was before Ukatoa.
That's still a pointless battle.
He started it.
Oh my god.
He did not, actually. You clocked him.
Quiet. He didn't listen to simple instructions.
You gave him instructions.
Yes.
My initiative's in the
Alright.
chat.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I'm rolling initiative.
God damn it, Trent.
Something decent. 17. Okay.
17 total?
Yep.
Alright. The drow... She's going to raise her hand and attempt to summon a demon. She fails
Nice.
terribly
It's my devilish good looks.
and takes
Please tell me she
5
summons
points
a
of psychic damage herself.
Will I, like, give a slight mockery tone towards it, even after I stupidly bowed in front of her?
That was disappointing to watch.
I'm about 5 seconds away on using Magic Missile on my ally. Don't.
I'm talking
Sorry.
to the driver. Leave me alone.
Yeah, you see a rift in the plains open, this strange shard of reality. And you see 2 little claws try to grasp through, and the portal implodes on itself, and you see 2 little severed hands just flop to the ground, and the Drider kind of grabs her head.
I would like to take them.
They're way too far away from you.
I'll grab them later. That's
I
fine.
give her a mockery laugh at her.
Oh, but when I mock her, that's not allowed. Okay. Alright.
She's going to sprint at you then. She doesn't get quite to you. She's still about 50 feet away. But she's pretty quick.
I mean, she is Spider, so.
Alright, next up is Hawk.
So 50 feet away? Or am I closer because I walked towards it?
You are closer. You're about 20 feet away from her. Diagonal.
I would like to get beside it, but still 10 feet away, with my Yokelwa at the ready.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stab.
Alright, roll to attack.
17 to hit. It's plus 6.
17 to hit. Hits.
Yep. Watching like the minimum
Roll
damage.
damage.
I got maximum damage. That's 12.
12 points of damage.
A strong stab.
Yeah. You stab into her and she and looks down at you. Anything else you want to do?
With my remaining movement, I'm gonna step back a bit.
Okay. She has a reach of 10 feet,
Oh,
so she's going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
that would have been nice to know. I wouldn't have gone with my Yokelwa.
Well, you wouldn't have known that she had reach.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying for myself, I would have the flurry of blowed instead.
Mm-hmm. All right. That is an 18 to hit.
Yep.
All right.
And I can't heal with alcohol anymore. God damn it.
You take...
Yikes.
Oof. That's minimum.
Minimum?
Or close to minimum. 14 points of piercing damage.
Ow,
And
it's
make
still
a
fucking
constitution saving throw.
Ow.
Poison.
15. I really don't want to be poisoned. I really don't want to be poisoned.
Alright. Yeah. You feel this strange liquid kind of pulse through you as
Ew.
she stabs you with this strange curved spear. But you just kind of shake it off. You're not poisoned.
Poured alcohol on it. It's fine.
Alright. Next up, it is Besmo's turn. Where is Kitty? Kitty is up the mountain about 10 feet away from, what's her butt? Drider. About 50 feet away from you, give or take.
Wouldn't it be farther back from the driver? Because I get they stabbed, but I still did go to take movement.
Yeah, how far away from the Drider do you go? I thought you said just backed up about 10 feet away.
So I had 50 movement. How much of that movement was used to get beside it? Because I wanted to use the rest of my movement to move away.
Gotcha. Okay. So how much was that? 40?
I had 50. I don't know how much it took
50.
to get beside it like that.
Took about 20 feet to get there.
So 30 feet away. So I'd be 40 in total. Okay.
Okay. And is that up the mountain, down the mountain, or just
Whichever
away?
way back is.
Alright, down the mountain.
Yep.
Alright, give me 1 sec, and then we'll be on to Besmos.
Cat doesn't want to die.
I will try and save the cat if the cat
Cat
miraculously
leaves Besmos the human
invades.
shield.
I guess you won't get heals then. Because
What?
you also forget
Would-
that I am the cleric of the group.
I said Besmos. You want me to use you as a shield? Is that what you want?
Just speak up more. I cannot hear you sometimes over mumbling,
I
sir.
said I wanted to use Besmos as a human shield.
Alright.
You said you're not gonna heal me. What the hell?
Besmos, what would you like to do? Oh, so he's 30 feet back. He's about 10 feet away from you. All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We also
Yeah, he's the healer too.
Roll for healing. Fourteen points.
All the damage I just took. Not at full health, but damn near close to it.
All right, sweet. You heal him. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn? What's your movement?
I think he's a 30, yeah.
All right. So you get about 30 feet away from her. And that's your movement. Anything you want to do with your bonus action or no?
Wait, did you say away or towards her?
Towards.
Okay.
He's
Closer.
30 feet. He's 30 feet away from her in total because he moved closer.
Attempt. Okay. All right, Aiden. I believe you're next. What would you like to do? She's about 8 feet from you at this point.
80 feet, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that answers one of my questions. Because I think this is only... Assuming that they're all the same range, because it doesn't list a range on it, I'm going to assume the 15 feet range is probably pretty accurate for the forced ballista. Oh no, 120 feet of it. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Let me just check to see if I have something else off the top of my head, because I
You can
thought
throw a rock at it.
You know, Fuka, I'm with you, man. We shoot him first. Maybe a permanent mute spell? Is there that?
Hawk Feather will go on a rampage. You mute him.
Let me see something real quick.
It's like Spider-Man if he can't talk. It's just not the same.
Alright, I'm gonna point the cannon mostly at the spider, or the dryad. Dryder?
Dryad.
Sorry, I was watching Warhammer earlier. The Dryder, and I am going to fire.
Alright.
I need. Let's see. Okay, so that is a hit. So that
Okay,
is
so
a
roll to attack.
+4 to hit. Oh no. I'm just seeing what the hit to is. Does it even have a say? It does not say on this thing. As 10 plus 0. Oh, okay. Wait, the can.
This is the force, right?
Mm-hmm. If it makes force, saving.
It's
throw.
just a ranged spell attack, so
Yep. Okay.
on your
Which is fine.
spells, it would be +6.
6. Yep. Okay. Cool. Makes this easy. Let's hope this dice doesn't betray me. I've gone through 3 pairs. 19 plus 6. All right.
Yeah, hits.
Okay, that is
Super hits.
2d8 worth of damage. Or no, sorry, yeah, 2d8 worth of damage, and she is gonna be knocked back 5 feet.
Ooh. Is there any save to that? Or she's just knocked back?
Oh, one sec. No, it doesn't say. It just says force damage, and if the target is a creature, it is pushed up to 5 feet away from the cannon.
Damn.
And how far is she from you?
80 feet is what Wolf said. So
80 feet.
and this thing shoots up to
Now
120
85.
feet. All right, yeah. So that's 2d8 worth of damage.
Yeah, roll damage.
6 and 8. That is 214.
14 points of
So
damage.
force damage. Yep. And that's technically my bonus action, by the way. To fire that thing. Let me think. I don't want to get any closer to this woman. As I've probably pissed her off now. Question: when she was coming towards me, was she just climbing straight up the mountain, or was she following a path?
She was climbing straight up the mountain.
I'm gonna cast grease, all around the edge of the mountain where she would normally come up.
Okay.
And that, I believe, is I have one more level 1 spell slots.
Wonderful.
And I don't think there's anything else I can do. Apologies, I'm still getting used to the artillerist, so I'm not as familiar.
Fire the cannons!
That's basically it. Let's see. No, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna do. I've already got my armor tinkered with, so I'm good.
Alright, sounds good. Next up, Zyra.
Okay, let's see. So she's knocked back 85 feet from him now?
Yeah, so she is about 45 feet from you now.
Gotcha. So I'm going to now use magic weapon on my crossbow. Then have it
Okay.
be a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls. And with the 1d8 plus 2 piercing? Or would that be crossbow +1 till it's like deactivated?
I believe it's just a +1 crossbow till it's deactivated.
Okay.
Or
So-
for the duration of the spell.
So I use my now +1 crossbow and fire at the spider bitch.
Alright. Roll to attack.
Okay. Oh, that probably. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Oh, shit. Cool. 1d8, so I gotta roll. That's 3 points of damage.
Is that 3 you said?
Yeah, sorry, my mic tends to cut out.
Alright. 3 points of damage. Okay. You shoot the crossbow and you see the arrow kind of skid across her drider back. It looks to have left a cut, but not much more than that. As she is just super pissed off at the cannon that blew one of her mini spider legs off. She's focused on heading right back up the mountain.
Well, Royce, you're about to get monster moves made. Good luck.
Alright.
Wait, I don't know that
With
anime.
that,
No.
it is
I understand.
her
what's happening.
turn.
I get what that means.
She is going to... Uh-oh. Who left?
Nice back. We're fine.
Alright.
If she's coming up here, she's gonna have to give me a dex save for the grease.
Yeah. She's coming 50 feet back up. She's not quite in her grease yet, but she will be next turn.
Okay, got it.
She is going to throw a spear at you. And she's going to throw a spear at the kitty cat.
Cat. Let me get.
Alright. So
Wait, something being
against
thrown at me?
8,
Wait, no.
that's 21 to hit.
For who?
For you.
Yeah,
That's
that
21 to hit.
hits.
Alright, roll a con save for me. This is against poison, so you get advantage.
I was gonna say, alright.
And that's a 25 to hit for Catboy.
Wait, what's happening to me? I zone out for 2 seconds and I hear I'm getting attacked.
She's throwing a spear down the mountain at you.
24
Oh,
on the
cool.
24 on the con save.
I have a thing for this.
Okay.
Hold on.
Thank
Where is
God
it?
for that
Where's it?
advantage, because the first roll I got was a 2.
Yeah,
Alright.
deflect missile. Awesome, let's go.
Okay. Roll for the amount of damage that you can deflect.
So no matter what, it's +8, so I just have to roll the d10. Where's the d10? There we go.
Alright.
15 in total.
Okay. You take 17 points of piercing damage.
That
so
would've
you
killed
catch it
me.
like right. What?
That would have killed me.
Holy shit.
Oh my
17 points
God.
of damage?
You're really weak.
You're
Indeed.
really, really weak. You're
Did
4th
you-
level. Do you have max hit
max your-
points?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, you're a monk.
Yeah, I'm a monk.
Yeah,
That's-
they
I
have
don't
a
have
high.
I didn't.
He
have
was already
full
injured,
health
Wolf.
when I was
That's
fighting
why.
before.
He's already
Okay.
injured. He's got
Gotcha.
36.
I didn't have full health when we walked into the fight. I was missing some from last time.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no,
Yep.
if I didn't have deflect missile, that probably I would have been like at 2 hit points. But still.
So you snatch it out of the sky just as it grazes your shoulder. It would have gone straight into your heart.
Yeah, done the math, I would have had 1 hit point left. Definitely hit me.
Good grief.
Awesome. Nevertheless, roll a con save for me.
This is the time I fail.
And Aiden, you
17.
still take
18, I'm fine.
16 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
What was that save?
It was an 18.
18? You're good.
God, I am good against poison. This is fine.
Alright. Next up, it is... Oh, you know what?
I'm keeping the spear. This is mine now.
She's going to
You-
cast a little
you are-
spell
Order.
for her
I want
bonus
the poison
action,
spear.
and
It's mine.
You are a
Um,
hoarder.
I haven't taken much. I just take the magic items usually, but now I just. To be
Take
fair,
everything.
she disappears.
Wait.
Gone.
Wait, do I have
No,
counterspell
get
still?
the counters.
Are you
Fuck.
5th level?
No, I was like, that's the first thing. I was like, wait, no.
Oh, no.
I had to look. I had to look.
God dang it.
Worth a shot. I have identify, though. I made sure of that.
Smart man.
So, what kind of spear is this? Is it just a normal spear, or?
It is what looks like a normal spear. The tip does look to be covered in this strange viscous black liquid.
I am down for poison spear. Okay.
Are we still in initiative?
You are.
Okay.
So she disappears. And next up, it is Hawk. What would you like to do?
Wait, who? You completely cut out there.
Hawk.
Your turn.
Oh well, I can't do anything. It's gone. What am I supposed to do?
You're a cat.
Sniff it
Can I
out.
smell?
You can just sit there if you want.
I'm smelling for it.
Can you smell anything? Roll a perception check.
23.
23. You can't smell her anymore. Whatever she did, she's not here anymore. She's not just invisible, she's just gone.
Huh. I guess I'll just walk up to Besmos. I mean, hi, Besmos. Yeah, spider gone.
And
Can't smell it. Can't see it. It's gone.
that's the dialogue you get on your turn.
Yep. Spider gone.
Anything else you want to do? Or is that it?
I'm just gonna appreciate my my new spear.
Okay. Besmos, what would you like to do?
I like. Can I get in?
No.
This is a good idea.
Using mold earth, it's going to take you a few rounds to make a hut. It's a 5-foot cube of earth at a time.
That's fine. A wall?
A little wall? Yeah, you can make a little wall. A little 5-foot wall that you can crouch behind for more cover.
Look, Besmos, if we just keep crafting it, eventually we'll be high enough in the air that we'll die.
Sweet.
When the thing
You
explodes.
create a little hall or a little wall up between where you are and where she was. Roll an intelligence check for me, Besmos. $19? No, it's a pretty sturdy, pretty thick earthen wall. But you do notice as you make this wall, she's got about 15, 20 feet of elevation on you. She
I
can
was about to
kind of
say.
see, like, the amount of wall you have this round isn't a whole lot compared to what it could be after a few more castings. You don't have as much cover as you wanted. But you have a wall. Anything else you want to do? Partial cover? Yeah, it counts as partial cover. Alright. Aiden, I believe you're up.
Oh, okay. So, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself at first level.
Okay.
So that's my last first level spell. That's 6 points. Could be a better. Ouch. And then I am going to do the same thing again with my sidekick.
Alright.
So again, the same thing. I don't think, does it have a spellcaster modifier? Oh, +2. Okay. So that's another 8 back, which is nice because that
Another
means
8.
I'm almost fully healed. I don't think I can cast that spell as a bonus or anything like that. So that's my turn.
Alright. Sarah. You're up.
Present. Okay, so she disappeared. And, well, basically went invisible. So, can I detect magic to scout her out?
Do you cast Detect Magic?
Yes.
Okay. Detect Magic's range is 3 feet. She blinked away about 80 feet from you.
Oh, she's fucking around here somewhere. God damn it.
There goes my spell slot.
Detect magic is concentration. It lasts for like 10 minutes. So you
Hmm.
can move up there after casting.
Okay. So I'm going to, since my walking speed is 30 feet, I'm going to move at least 20 feet. If it does pick up something, then I will
Okay.
point in that direction. If not,
You move 20 feet and it doesn't.
I move an extra 5 feet,
Nothing.
2.5 feet.
Nothing.
Damn it! Fine. I
Goes
move
from running to tiptoeing.
Shut up. Fine. I move my whole 30, see if I can get anything.
Nothing.
Damn it. Yep, that's it. I can't do anything. So, do I still
Alright.
have it on me, or do I just, or is
Yeah,
it gone now?
it's still cast and it lasts for like 10 minutes, I think.
So that's like how many turns? 2?
10 minutes would be
Isn't a person's
like
turn like 10 seconds?
100 turns.
Jesus
10
Christ.
minutes is like 100 turns,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is
How-
far longer than this combat will last.
Yeah.
You think?
Don't you jinx it. Yeah, that's about it. I'll hold on to detect magic until a blip pops up.
All right. Sounds good. At the end of your turn, beginning of hers, she pops back up. She is going to taking in her surroundings. She's going to throw a spear at. Let's see.
If they throw another spear at me, I swear to God.
She's going to throw a spear at Besmos and at Aiden.
Also, just wanna
She
say,
does pop back up. Sorry.
Miguel called it a spider centaur. Just wanted to
Pretty
share.
much. Pretty much is. Yeah, so that's only 14 to hit, Aiden.
Unfortunately, due to poor dex scores, that would be a hit.
Oof.
That's right on my AC.
And that is a 17 to hit. Besmos.
Because I'm right next to him, can I try to deflect missile? Not allowed.
You cannot.
Damn, that would have been really fucking cool. Well,
Alright, so Aiden, you take 17 points of piercing damage and make a con save for me. And oof. Besmos, you take 16 points of piercing damage and make a con save for me.
21 on the con save.
Okay. Besmos. Is that Morse code? Okay. Nice. If he returns, I'll ask him later.
He's typing.
fine.
Here, Trent. I'm just gonna
Oh.
mute you.
I-
Server mute you. Since you're not actually talking, it was picking up your typing.
I did check, and yes, I do have max health. It's only 36.
Oof, bro.
Monks only get a D8 per level.
Yeah.
Like, only +1. So yes, my health is not very high.
17. Okay. You both shrug off the poison, and boop. The Drider disappears again.
What the fuck? Bitch.
All right. Next up, it is Hawk's turn.
If it keeps teleporting, I can't do anything. Can I roll perception to see where it went? To try to, at least.
Roll a perception check.
Fuck did you go? 17. Where did you go?
17.
Yeah.
You can't see any markings of where her feet were on the ground. You don't see any tracks. You don't see any trace of her going anywhere after disappearing. You can't smell her anymore.
God damn it, it's like last round again. There's literally nothing I can do in this situation. None of my skills help in this situation. Would that help? Wait. I would like to patient defense, I guess.
Okay.
I'll
Gives
at least
people
defend myself.
disadvantage on attack rolls, right?
Yeah. I
Alright.
mean, I'd like
Sounds
to live.
good.
That health left. I'd like to survive.
Alright. Next up, it's Besmos. Bezzy boy.
He's typing.
Yeah. Second level cure wounds. Alright. Roll for healing. $20. Awesome. Anything else you want to do?
Build the dirt while using my hand.
Okay.
You start to build a dirt
That's
castle.
not really a bonus action or an action or really anything, so you just kind of mound dirt up a little bit on top of the wall.
Are you just making a sandcastle at this point?
That's what I just said. He's making a dirt castle.
Oh my god.
Oh, he said yes. So.
Alright. Next up, it is Aiden.
Alright. So I am gonna cast Enlarge on my cannon.
Okay.
Oh god.
To make it larger, and I am gonna hold my bonus action until she reappears to fire the Force Ballista straight at her.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Sounds good. Zyra, what are you doing?
I assume nothing comes from detect magic, right?
Not where you are right now.
God damn it.
You have a 30-foot range around you.
The spell is not helping.
It's really not. And if I break it, does that mean I already nah.
If it goes to blink near you, you'd know it's coming. Happens, and you could probably react.
I'm going to. Where was her last location?
Her last location was
from my
about.
distance.
Her last location was about 40 to 50 feet away from you.
Going up the hill.
Moving up the mountain towards Aiden.
Alright. So if I move up 30 feet, there's a possibility that she is there. Because, yeah, I'm gonna move up 30 feet.
Alright. You move up 30 feet, and once you hit about 25 feet, you feel a ping
Alright,
right
stop
at the edge of your detect magic.
at the edge of the circle?
Yep.
Okay. So 25 feet. Can I move an extra 2 feet?
No. You can move
Damn.
5 feet or you can move no feet.
Damn it. Okay.
Move
Well,
2.
and that's directly in front of me, or
It's up the mountain.
God damn it. Well, okay.
It is in front of you, yes.
I'm going
That's
to
the
take out
direction that you were
my
heading.
ink bottle, filled with ink,
Okay.
and I'm gonna eat it.
Alright.
Where the ping is at. So
Roll an attack roll.
a what?
Roll. Well, I mean a d20 plus your dex modifier.
So roll
Kidoki.
attack.
Ah. That's an 18.
18. You huck the ink bottle right where you see that little blip, and it smashes and shatters against the side of the mountain.
Nice.
If
So I missed
you were
completely.
wondering, which you may not remember this aspect of detect magic, you do get to learn the school of magic. This is transmutation. This is not illusion.
She's plane jumping in translation.
Triders. Fine. I'll hold my turn. Well, hold my action.
Okay. What are you holding?
I'm holding my first level magic missile.
Okay.
In case she decides to stupidly step on the bottle of ink. Well, the puddle of ink.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is her turn. She pops up 10 feet closer to Aiden. She's now in your grease spell, so she has to make a dex save.
And doesn't that auto activate my my bonus action?
It does. Both of you get your attacks.
Okay.
So Zyra roll damage, Aiden roll to attack. That is a nat 20 for your grease spell, though.
Damn it.
Probably good for you, because knocking her prone would give you disadvantage on a ranged attack.
And that's a
So
19 to hit her.
2
Oh,
3.
yeah, that hits.
Nice. 2 threes.
Another 2 3s, a 4, and a 2.
12. 12 in total is what he got.
Yep. Awesome.
One sec.
Yeah, roll damage. Aiden.
I wonder what big cannon does.
That is 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. And she's pushed 5 feet back away
with
from
the
you.
grease, so she has to make another dex save because she's moving in the grease.
Oh my god. She's gonna be prone at
Is
this
it... Does it count for forced movement?
Yeah, it would technically, because she's still moving in the grease, I would assume. I mean, it doesn't say otherwise, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
it must succeed.
She'll make another dex save. That is 13 plus 2, 15.
That succeeds, and at the end of her turn, she'll have to make another one.
She would, except at the
Unless
end
she
of
just
her
blips out
turn,
again.
she does vanish.
God damn it.
I blew her up, so I mean we can keep this going.
Oh wait, she didn't even take her action.
She
She is going
disappeared.
to throw a couple
Too
spears.
late, she's gone. Shoot her away.
I heard she's
All right.
gone.
Okay. All right, boys. She's gone.
A spear flies out of the void.
Oh my god.
Listen, I've already shot her a couple times. I can keep this up all day. Until she attacks my cannon, that thing still stands.
All right. Awesome. Hawk.
I leave. I'm not needed here. I'm not accomplishing anything. I see no reason to stay here.
Where do you go?
Just gonna walk. So the path you're taking before, I'm just gonna keep going.
Up
Just
the
gonna keep
mountain?
exploring. Yep.
You are walking directly towards where she blinked out.
Yes.
She's okay.
And I'm gonna use
so
another
you-
patient defense.
Walk up. What, 50 feet? You said.
Yep. That's my movement.
You walk up the mountain 50 feet. And patient defense.
I'm out of key points now. This is good.
Besmos, what would you like to do?
He's coming with.
All right. Are you dashing after him to keep up, or no?
I mean, if he dashes, he'll be in front of me. If he goes all out.
Mm-hmm.
My feline amigo. That does not answer the question. OMG, send, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So he's pretty much just sprinting up and standing next to you.
Awesome.
All right.
This is the animal duo. We got this.
Okay. Aiden.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of something. Alright, so I'm having my sidekick cast Shield of Faith on me.
Okay.
To gain the +2 to my AC temporarily. And one moment. God damn, that scared me. And then I am going to hold my action to fire the cannon at her, or to fire my crossbow, and my bonus action to fire my cannon at her when she reappears.
All right. Zyra, what
Yeah.
would you like to do?
Same thing, except this time I'm holding.
You no longer feel her within your detect magic.
Okay.
She moved out of it when she came back into this plane, I guess.
Alright, so the ink bottle I threw is by the side of the mountain.
Yep, shattered. It's just running a small little river of ink down the mountain.
Okay. I'm going to walk 30 feet, well, 15 feet, 20 feet actually, down a bit down the mountain.
Where's Maxwell in all of this? 'Cause he said he was following us earlier.
Yeah, he's just watching.
Oh, nice. Thanks, man.
He's just leaning up against his maul, just watching.
I raise a middle finger.
He raises one back.
Asshole.
He goes, "You're not doing anything either." And that's the dialogue for your turn. All right. Zara, you head 20 feet down the mountain, you said?
Yeah. Seeing
Alright.
if detect magic picks up anything.
Nope. Nothing.
Okay.
From what you saw, she was moving up the mountain towards Aiden.
Yeah, but she was already up the mountain towards
Uh-huh.
Aiden. Got
But every time
blasted
she
back,
joined, she was
and
getting
then
closer and
blipped.
closer to Aiden.
Yeah, blasted back 5 feet.
Ah.
Not all the way down the mountain.
Ah.
That would have been pretty cool if she just flew off the mountain.
Just like.
Farewell.
Okay.
There goes an encounter.
I wish.
Team Rocket blasting off. Okay. So I'm just going to hold on to a firebolt in case she just splits back into existence again.
Alright, what's the range on Firebolt?
120.
Oof. Alright. On her turn, she does blip back up again. This time, Aiden, she is right next to you.
Oh,
Ooh.
good. I'm gonna fire my cannon and my crossbow in her face.
Oh,
Alright, your crossbow is at disadvantage. Your
That's
cannon
fine.
is not.
Damn right it's not.
And Zyra,
no. Watch
roll
the
to
crossbow
attack
hit
as
and the
well.
cannon miss.
Yippee!
Watch the crossbow hit and the cannon miss.
18!
Hits.
16
Roll
for
damage.
my crossbow.
Just hits, roll damage.
Impressive.
Okay.
6 points of damage because I have a -1 on the light crossbow.
Nice.
So that's a 7.
Okay.
Let me roll to attack with my cannon. Give me a minute. That's a nat 20, so 26 with the cannon.
Alright. Roll damage for that.
Alright, so that's 48. Do I double the enlarged thing as well or no?
Yeah.
Just the base. Okay.
All
got it.
dice damage.
Uh, 12 plus 7 is 19? Yeah.
Oof.
And 20, so that's for the d8s. Now let me do the two d4s. 2, so 22, and a 4, so that's 26 points of damage from this cannon.
Dang.
And
You
she's
blast-
knocked back 5 feet, and she's in the grease technically still, so.
Again. Oh my god.
I need a
She's
dex.
knocked back into the grease.
Assuming she's still up.
That's 19.
That
You
succeeds.
do blast two of her like large hooked spider legs off. So she's walking on like 5 legs now.
Perfect.
But
Oh, I don't have my fairy fire for this,
she
damn.
does attack you.
Wait, do I?
She has
Go ahead, sorry.
10-foot reach, so she's going to
Please tell me she's gonna just punch me. I will take that punch.
I mean, how many spears could she
No,
possibly
she's
have?
actually going to reach down and grab you, and you see these strange little mandibles start to protrude out of her mouth.
I would like to resist.
I hope so.
And she attempts to bite down onto your face.
Is this a grapple or
It's not a grapple.
Okay.
That's just
a
I
heart
was
attack?
narrating.
Now,
Wanted to make sure. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
while that
That's
happens,
a
what do I know about
24 to
cooking
hit.
24.
You
Fucking-
know
yeah,
a good bit
hits.
about cooking spider. They're pretty delicious usually.
I'm going to eat the strider.
Okay.
Yeah, that hits. I got a 16
24
for
hits.
AC. Yeah. So with
Okay.
this shield of faith.
All right.
Man, that shield of fate spell really helped.
It would have like 20 minutes ago.
So you take.
Listen, you don't know what I'm into, Besmos.
Good grief.
You have resistance to poison damage, right?
Yep.
That's a very good thing.
I also have advantage against all saves that have to do it, and against charmed and paralyzation.
I just want to say
paralysis.
I'm an idiot.
So you take 6 points of piercing damage,
All right.
and oh wait, wrong dice. Ooh.
That's a lot of dice.
And what would be 28 reduced to 14 points of poison damage.
All right.
And please make a con save.
Oh, I'm good at these. Is this because of poison?
This is poison.
So I have advantage. I don't need advantage. That's a 24.
24. Yeah, you feel this surge of poison roll throughout your body, and she disappears again.
God, fuck it. See, this is why I'm just walking away.
I've
This
got
is
an
why.
idea. But okay. Thank you.
Yep. All right. She was looking pretty hurt at that point, though. You've all done quite a number on her. All right. Next up, it is Hawk. What would you like to do?
Before that, I realized I'm an idiot. When I stabbed her with my spear, because of mobile, when I melee attack, I'm immune to attack of opportunity.
Mm.
So I could have avoided that hit entirely.
Oof.
I just now read the second half of mobile.
Well, we live and learn.
Yeah, we live and learn. That means my Drunken Master melee feat is pointless. Because I can just do the same thing without Flurry of Blow. Alright, whatever. I'm continuing to walk up the mountain. Up the volcano, I don't care.
All right. You can continue walking up the path, but as you get about 40 feet up, the path in front of you is greased. You've reached
Just the path,
almost
the path
where
and the wall.
the path and part of the wall. You've reached a ledge right below Aiden.
Is there a part that's not greased that I can climb with cat claws?
Yeah.
I would like to,
It
I'd
looked to
see
be
that.
where the drider disappeared from.
Fuck it.
All right. You climb up there. That's 50 feet.
Cool. Hi, new friend.
New friend is in the bathroom, but he probably wouldn't say hi anyway.
I don't think he's gonna like
I
me.
just got back, actually. What's going on?
Hello,
Hawk
new
just-
friend. I climbed up to you.
Climbed up this little 10-foot ledge to where you are now.
Does
He
my...
didn't go through the grease.
That's not what I was thinking. Give me a moment. I'm just checking something. I want to see if my cannon can auto fire or not.
Can I hold the Yokola stab?
I don't think
No,
it
it does
can
not.
fire when it's not your
It's only a
turn if
bonus
you're not
action.
holding.
Yep, action type is a
Yeah.
bonus action. You're good.
Yep.
Had to check, wasn't by decision. Just want to make sure how it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I prepared a stab. I feel like it's gonna come back
All right, you prepare your action to stab with your
with my Yokola.
Yukowa. All
I think
right.
that's how you pronounce it. It's YKLWA.
I have no idea.
I'm looking
Probably.
at pronunciation.
Besmos, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, it's Yicklewa, but I was close.
Yukowa.
Yeah, it's Yickle.
All right. Roll an athletics or acrobatics check just to climb up to where he did so you don't go through the grease.
Does he still have the rope around his neck?
He does, but you let it go.
Can I pull him up by 4?
You let go of the rope.
Damn it! Throw me the rope. climb. I believe in him.
God.
No, but then I'd have to drop my stab. I don't want that. I refuse to drop my stab. I'm gonna stab the spider. I believe in you, Besmos. 7. I don't think he's climbing.
You can throw him the rope. You tried to climb the wall and just can't quite make it up.
I just imagine like scratching at the wall. Just...
But yeah, you throw the rope up and it lands by your feet, Hawk. Probably do something next turn with it. Right now
Yeah, I'll
you're
do
just
that next
prepared
turn.
to
I'm
stab.
holding my stab this turn. This spider's gonna catch this.
All right. Aiden, it's your turn.
Yeah, so I'm going to have my sidekick cast the last Cure Wounds spell, last first level spell, on me.
Okay.
Which I'm sad because I just realized it was a +5, not a +1, so that's was wasted HP from earlier when I was healing. So it's
Yikes.
11 back. Yeah, kind of would have helped a lot during this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then since I am carrying my cannon, I realized it was only moving 15 feet, reading through it, so just carrying it to keep it moving quicker. I'm gonna cast Enlarge on myself as well, so I assume that doubles the output of the Enlarge on the cannon now, since it's enlarging with me. So
Enlarge is a
2d4.
concentration spell. So you can only concentrate on one at a time.
Okay, that's good to know. Shit. Alright then, instead I am just going to continue holding my action to shoot both my crossbow and to blow this woman away with my cannon.
Okay.
I was about to say, are you gonna roll a performance check?
Yes, give me a minute, I have advantage in this.
Oh my god.
That's
Zyra,
17.
that's your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna like use all my movement speed and move up back to mountain holding detect magic. While once I reach up my 30 feet limit, I'm going to hold another, what is it? Magic missile, but this time level 2.
All right. You don't quite get her in your range of detect magic, so you don't know exactly where she's going to pop up, but you are holding that spell. At the start of her turn, all of you take your attacks except Hawk.
Okay.
The Drider has appeared what is 15 feet away from Hawk on the other side of Aiden and his massive cannon, so he cannot be blasted off, or she cannot be blasted into the grease again because she hates that.
She's real greasy already.
I'm gonna throw her
Yeah,
back
she.
into the
Question, is she close enough to where my crossbow would be at disadvantage?
Yes, she
Okay.
is.
That's a 16 to hit for the crossbow.
Okay, 16 just hits.
Cool. That is 7 points of piercing damage from my crossbow, and I'll do my cannon.
Okay.
That's a 25 to hit.
Hits, roll damage. Zyra, roll damage for your magic missile.
I already did, it's in chat.
It's 18.
Oh, it's in chat? Oh. Oof. 18 points of force damage.
15 points of force damage from me.
Oh, man. And she gets blasted 5 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Go away. God damn it.
No, come closer. Let me
She is quite literally on her last legs as the cannon yet again blows another leg out from under her, and she just has 4 now.
I
And-
revel in the pain.
Y'all are straight up just blowing chunks out of her body, especially with the magic missile that just explodes against her torso. She doesn't like what's going on here.
I guess she's gonna try and disengage.
Can I throw the other one?
No, you weren't holding your action to throw it.
Damn it. Of course, I have to be 5 feet out of range. Fucking-
All right. She is just straight up going to summon an insect plague.
On.
On a sphere. 20
I
foot.
hate this spell.
Yeah, 20-foot radius. That's big enough to get Besmos, Aiden, and Hawk.
Ooh.
So I need all of you 3 to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. So
That's a
bad.
yikes.
24?
18. I'm pretty sure even with half damage, it's still gonna kill me.
Is this poison? Or paralysis or charm?
It is not.
Damn
no,
it.
This is just the bugs. This is just the bugs ripping you to shreds.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
you know.
as she casts this, there are hundreds, thousands of these like tarantula-sized locusts
Dear
that have
God.
8 eyes and like spider mandibles on them that are just swarming in this massive sphere around you guys, all like biting and shredding into you guys.
Oof. Now I wish I had summoned the ballista. Or the fire flamethrower.
There is a decent chance this will kill me. We're gonna see.
21 from Besmos.
Oh yeah, and the ballista
Mm.
would have
yes.
to make a save.
It does not. It just has an AC. It can't make a save.
Okay, well this is
So it has 20 HP, so it automatically fails, basically.
okay. This is piercing damage,
So it's dead because this is 4d10.
so it would affect it.
Mm-hmm.
That is 21 points of piercing damage. If you did not make the save, 10 if you did.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, the
What was
cannon's
the
dead.
save?
Huh?
What was the
Oh,
DC?
you all made it. I was checking on Besmos.
I have 6 health and still standing.
How much was it?
I'm still
You said 21?
standing.
You took 10.
21
so
if you failed, 10 if you succeeded.
your cannon
The
is
21's really
Oh
only
yeah,
for
no,
the cannon.
my cannon's dead. Yeah, no. But that's okay. I have 2 more whenever I, heal. Can take a long rest.
And with that, she is out of your melee range, so she's going to just run.
Okay.
She sprints about 50 feet away from you, Aiden,
You think you can run from me?
and disappears.
Oh, God damn it. Apparently she can.
Mm,
All right. Hawk, it's your turn.
Can I walk farther up the mountain?
You certainly can,
I'm going. I don't want
if
to
you
be
would
here.
like. You have about 10 feet of difficult terrain, so that costs 20 feet of movement, but the rest of the 30 feet you can walk easily. Are
No,
you
I'm gonna
grabbing the
dash.
rope?
I'm gonna dash, and because of mobile, difficult terrain doesn't do anything.
Oh, cool.
So I just
Are
get
you grabbing the rope?
Oh yeah, I'll try to assist him up first. I'll try to help him on his climb really quick.
Roll a athletics check.
16.
16? It's enough. You hoist him up by his neck. Besmos, you take a point of damage
You know, I was
as
going
you
to
are
the
being
whole thing while he
yanked up by the
climbs,
neck.
but okay. Yeah, just get up here.
Are they walking between me and into my range?
They are.
I'm gonna take my attack of opportunity and poison spray.
What?
I don't know you guys. I legit just saw you guys come out and
Wait.
start attacking.
You.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Sorry.
true.
Okay. Which one are you?
Who? It'd probably be
I
going
mean,
after.
the only one leaving your range is the cat as
Yeah.
he
So it'd be him.
pulls
Yeah, I'm leaving. Why are you
the
poisoning?
lizard up and starts to dash away.
Speaking out loud, as I'm about to poison spray, I'll just kind of go, yes, time to kill, got this. And then I'm gonna
Time
just
to
open
kill.
my mouth
Excuse
and
me?
spray poison.
All right.
That
Is
is
that
a
a
con
saving throw?
saving throw from Hawk Feather. I know he's good at these, so he should be fine.
18. Fuck you.
All right, so you don't take any damage.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck you.
My
All right.
spicy.
Listen, I don't
You
know
open your mouth and spray poison at him, and Hawk, you are out of there.
Goodbye.
You make it about 80 feet up the mountain. I'll say you sacrifice some of your movement to help
Yeah.
Besmos up. All right. Next up, it's Besmos. You're right next to this dude who just poison sprayed at Hawk.
Besmos?
Besmos!
To pull up a rock blade and just chop on him.
No.
Yeah. Roll athletics versus Aiden's athletics or acrobatics.
I'll definitely take my athletics. Not doing a -1 on my acrobatics.
Why not?
And you are enlarged, so
Yeah.
that's an extra d4.
27.
You attempt to grapple him, and this now enlarged gray dwarf just grabs your hands as you try to wrap him up and thrusts your hands away.
They call me Troll Bleeder for a reason.
Says witty banter that has nothing to do with the situation.
I have an idea. It's gonna kill all three of us, but that's fine. It'll come next turn.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do, Besmos?
Oh.
Okay, wait, maybe.
I think he's reading through some things. Well,
Always.
I'd like to take a sip of alcohol to see if it heals me or not. I need to know if Amulet
You can do that on your turn.
I will find out next turn. Snack time, hungry Jawa.
Can you do that as a bonus action? Because it's your action to try to grapple someone.
Alright then.
Oh, cool. All right, Hungry Jaws. Roll to attack, I guess.
Cue
Hungry
Jurassic
Jawa.
Park theme.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Oh no, I just got a thought. Oh no.
21 hits.
Yeah, that hits me. That hits pretty hard.
All right.
What's the
The
damage?
bite is 1d6 plus 3.
Okay. That's gonna. I mean, to be fair, that's gonna knock me down no matter what he does. I have 2 HP currently. 8. Oh, goody.
That's what you get.
I need to look that up. So Aiden goes down.
I fall unconscious.
Here we go. There's another. We have another Cameron, folks. Is this character number 7 or character number
Fuck
6?
you,
I
you
have
and
no
Tren.
healing.
Both of you had healing spells. You are fucking assholes.
I told you I was out of
I don't
healing.
believe
I was
you.
out of fight. We literally had a fight with a fucking Yeti.
Literally anybody can attempt a medicine check.
Well, I'm not doing it. He attacked me. Fuck that.
Is the fight over, or are we still trying to hunt this damn bitch?
And there's a Drider here somewhere still.
And I am far. Wait, how far am I now? I moved up 30 feet, so
You're
like 50
about
feet.
20, 30 feet from where Aiden and Besmos are right now.
You.
The spider ran
Huh?
off. The spider ran off 50 feet away from them and disappeared.
Oh no, not you guys. I'm just reading what the fuck Besmo said. Huh?
Okay, let him roll, man. Let him roll. I accept this. He just wants my cannon. That's legit the only reason he's keeping me alive.
Medicine check on the guy I eat.
Yeah, you can do that on your turn. Anyway, would be Aiden's turn. Make a death save.
Yeah, no problem.
A death save from his stomach.
Okay, that's a 17.
Okay, that's one success.
Alright.
Alright.
Bite off his middle finger. So when he just flips you over,
I
it's
need
just a
that for a
stump.
trigger. God damn it.
Well, time to use your index finger.
Zyra, it's your turn.
Okay. After I see this witnessing of biting a potential party member or someone that literally saved us, I yell over at Besmos telling him to stop or stop whatever the fuck he's doing. And just break my concentration to go cure wounds him.
Okay. It doesn't break concentration to cast another spell as long as the
Okay.
other spell isn't concentration.
Okay. So I'm going
so-
to cure wounds, Aiden here, first level. And you have 9 HP back.
Alright.
Alright. Do I feel anything from this?
Yeah, you are healed and awake.
I am going to stare up at Besmos then.
I gently ask the sir, is he okay? Or has my friend here forgive my friend's lashing out. You were just doing it as a defensive mechanism. I fully understand where you're coming from.
I look at the cleric and I just say, no, not pretty. I am not eating. And
What?
hold out my hand to Besmos. Just to shake his hand.
Wolf, I'd like to get in a sprinter's position.
Sheesh.
Eh.
No.
He has middle fingers still.
When he shakes my hand, I'm going to cast Enhance Weapon on his hand
What?
as one of my infusions. Your unarmed combat is a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. I just tinker shit. Yep, there's my another infusion. That's both my infusions in this one day.
All right. You all see about 60 feet away, the Drider pops back up, looks back at you guys, sprints 100 feet away, and disappears.
Damn it.
Time. Yeah,
She
I was
is-
gonna say before you
She
said Vance,
disappeared
sprint at
about
it.
give or take 150, 160 feet away from you guys.
So if they can find it, I can still catch it.
I'm gonna enlarge the cat.
Oh god.
Okay,
How far
you
away is
can
he?
on your turn.
We still in
Um,
initiative? Okay.
If you're chasing the monster, you are in initiative.
I was
No,
not
I'm
planning to.
kinda-
I was just
I don't
gonna
know where
cast
it
it on
is, so
Hawk.
I'm not chasing it. I can't
Okay.
see it.
In that case, we are out of initiative. Every now and then, you see the Drider pop back up a little farther away, sprint away, and disappear again.
I'm gonna go grab the demon hands. I didn't forget.
Thought they were claws.
I don't
Roll
get-
an investigation check for me.
Fuck.
Both of us or one of us?
It's just me.
Just him.
I'm the only one that's looking for. 16.
16? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec.
Besmus is turning a leg into a javelin.
I mean, hey, the extra poison damage.
Do you have the tools for it? Because I do.
I think he's been doing this the whole time. I think he does. He keeps doing it to the Yeti fur and stuff. So I would think. I know I technically have the tools for it. I don't know about him.
Oh, I have alchemist supplies. Never mind. I don't have my tinkering tools.
Yeah, it's just his lizard man skill.
Mm.
Yeah, turning bones into weapons.
Oh. I need to make some tinker's tools. That's something I gotta work on. Which I think I can do as something later on, as one of my infusions if I hadn't used them both. Oh. The DM has gone silent.
Yep, I'm just looking for something.
I mean, if any of you guys have artisan tools or thieves tools, I can pretty much make any form of artisan tools.
Nope, I just have woodcarver tools.
You
Yes, that would work.
Well, the thing is, I would give them to you, but I don't like you because you tried to kill me.
That's fair.
So, you kind of tried to
Hawk.
poison me after I tried to. So I mean,
You looking around find the two hands, the two massive clawed hands that were reaching out of this portal, and as you grab them and find them, they start to shift and change into these two massive, large hooves.
ooh,
Nice.
You imagine you can do some pretty cool stuff with this.
yeah.
Roll.
I cast identify on those things. No, no. We're gonna know what these do. No, you're not pulling this on me, Wolf.
Okay.
I have it as a ritual spell. I will sit here. Do not doubt
For
it.
10 minutes and cast it.
Yes.
Okay.
I specifically got this spell for that reason.
But what if I don't let you?
You don't have to.
Yep. And
'Cause I
separate
don't trust you.
consequences.
I don't trust you at all.
I mean, I'm still gonna walk up to him and basically start ritual casting it, and then I'm gonna grab hold of them from him just to see what they are.
Hey, no.
I will take them from
No.
you.
I am
Can we
way
not
faster than
fight?
you. I am way faster. You'll never catch me.
That's true.
He can blast you while
I
running.
can. I'm just gonna smile at him, and
Think
look-
of
look
the
him-
situation you're in. You
I'm
are
a-
about to die, and the
I'm gonna
fucker
look
has a gun.
Hawkfeather in the eyes and smile and say, "Cannon, go boom," and then point at the two hove things.
I go for a yokel stab.
You're gonna stab me. Interesting.
You just threatened to blow me up. Of course I am. You literally just threatened to shoot me with a cannon.
Can I look at my
Uh,
holy symbol to see if it's like, if there's any way to fix it?
You look down at it, and it looks like the crack is a little smaller than it was after you chose to
Kneel in front
attack
of
this creature anyway. It looks to have mended a little bit, but it is still largely cracked.
Well, I gotta kill her. She is running.
I am taking a sip of my alcohol, and I'm getting ready to attack.
Okay, you take a sip of alcohol. Tastes good.
It does not heal. Fuck! What did you do to my amulet? What did you do? Give it back.
It has abilities, you just haven't figured them out yet.
Like, tell me what you do. Damn it.
Wait, is Hawkfeather freaking out over his amulet in front of me?
No, I'm about to stab you.
Okay, just making sure.
I give you one chance to back off.
I don't have the cannon. The cannon's gone.
I don't care. You back off.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, Hawk.
God damn that gif.
Grief.
15.
No,
15?
I didn't do it this time. God damn it.
The hooves are beginning to smell ungodly.
I set it down. And I step back to see what it does.
Okay.
If it
the
forms
hooves-
As he
Lost.
does, can I cast the Identify ritual now?
You can.
Okay.
Takes 10 minutes to complete. The
I'll do
hooves
that.
don't seem to really be changing per se. They already smelled of sulfur and rot. It's just growing and growing.
I'm not getting near
Why?
it.
Know what this thing may be,
You know what?
because it came from law. Well, it
Roll
came
a religion check.
You know, well, fuck this. I'm going to get a spider leg.
Or, you know what? Roll a Arcana check, sorry.
I'm getting a spider leg.
Well, I had a
Alright,
17
You
on
grab
my.
a spider leg.
I have my
You're-
17 for religion, but for Arcana, I have 25, and not 20.
Well,
Nat 20 on
spider
Arcana.
legs.
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty similar to crab legs. Just these are massive. These are incredibly large.
Well, I guess I'm making one hell of a meal then.
Mm-hmm. 16 religion or 18 religion. You know there are many demons of the abyss that have hooves. With a nat 20 for a total of 25 Arcana check, these hooves are massive and look to belong to a incredibly large demon.
Is
Probably a very, very powerful one.
Is it a demon that served under Loth?
It is a demon that serves under many of the demon lords. It looks to be the hooves of a Garistro demon.
I pull out my mace and smash it.
As Aiden is identifying them,
Please don't get
Yo,
stinky stuff on my face.
While
Once he let goes of it, I will start smashing.
okay. You are identifying them. About 10 minutes later, you do come back with your identify spell. They are Garistro hooves. And because of this identify spell, I will also let you know. You know a few things you can make out of
Oh
these.
shit. Oh shit, I know what this is.
Yeah.
oh fuck. What did we
Yeah.
piss off that could summon this?
You know, with one of these, you could probably form the head of a pretty large warhammer. That would be a magical +3 warhammer.
Question.
Yep.
I know Garistroys weigh up to 14,000 pounds. Are these legs extremely heavy?
They are.
Okay,
They
not
are
as much.
very heavy, and these are just the tips of the hooves.
Okay. Got it.
They would have killed us if it came out.
Yeah, it would have.
We would not be
I know what
alive.
its CR is. I've used this monster before in people.
Yeah,
That's
I
It's-
looked it up out of curiosity. We would have died.
Yes. It had a very, very small percentage chance of being summoned,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a good thing it was not.
So as I guess I'm seeing Zerthana coming over. I'm just gonna look up at her, not assuming what she's doing, and go, weapons, and start pulling out my alchemist tools to get a jar to put these things in that will be
Okay.
able to hold it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
I'm
You
gonna shift
also
from the jar.
know.
Mhm.
Let me pull this up.
I got a 22 on my cooking check.
That if you grind up one of these,
Mhm.
you can probably make what you would know as siege dust.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So is it just the hoof specifically, or the entire leg?
It's just the hoof. It's
Just the hoof.
small piece
Yeah.
of the hoof.
Yes. Garistros are massive, incredibly large demons.
They have a big range of size too, from what I saw. From like 20 to 200 feet. Jesus.
Smashing
Mhm.
it.
What's
Smashing the useful. Okay, even though he said.
Yeah. So, wait. Do I see Zerthana doing this?
I would
Yeah,
assume.
you see her take out her mace and
I'm going
Get
to
ready to
jump
start to
on
swing.
top of the hooves.
You're about to die to a maze.
Uh, Zerthana, as you're rearing back your mace, you see Aiden jumps on top of the hooves to cover them.
I tilt my head in confusion, but since he's unarmed, I cannot strike, mostly due to my alignment.
Love the extra commentary.
In Axe, what are you doing?
I'm going to look up at her and smile, and go, toys to kill spiders.
Hmm.
Me, Tinkerer. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, he has slow speech. I'm asking this out of character.
You wouldn't know.
He has low IQ speech.
Gotcha. Zerthana contemplates. Can I have a weapon made out of this?
I will nod my head vigorously.
She sheaths the mace and nods.
All right, I'm gonna go back to putting these things in a jar.
All right.
And save them for when I have tools proper to make these things, because I don't have my tools right now. I picked
No,
up the
you do
wrong
not.
ones. Oh, got it.
All right.
Meanwhile, 22 cooking check.
You just hear, "Hey, I got very good cooking.
Making
Notice
food.
me."
Food for me.
One of these legs is food enough for all of you for a day and a half, 2 days. But yeah, you cook it up pretty deliciously. How
okay.
do you get your spider leg javelins? Give me a sec, and I'm gonna look at that ability, because technically these spider legs are not bones.
Can I carve them with woodcarver tools just because? Can I fashion it into a spear? Like just sharpening the tip?
This is not wood.
Yes. And?
It's just from materials from slain creatures. Yeah, you can make
well,
a
yeah, he's totally
spear.
Does it count as a
Uh,
slain creature if it's not dead?
It counts enough. It
And
fell
they're cut
off.
off. The pieces are dead. They've been cut off.
Yeah.
Enjoy the singe marks.
Yeah. You see, two of the legs are unusably blown apart, but two of the legs are still usable to make javelins out of.
I'm gonna sit down and start making a fire.
All right.
Pulling out
It's
my
not hard to
tinker's
do. There is a stream of magma about 300 feet away.
Alright, I'm gonna take my torch and go and light one of them. On that
Okay.
Yeah,
end.
you get it within a few feet and it just lights ablaze.
I'm gonna
Alright.
be real. I really hope I already made a fire because I'm food.
So while that happens,
You did already make a fire.
There's already a fire.
God. So while that happens, is it possible if I can pray to the goat?
Yeah.
Yes. I
What would you
yeah.
like to pray?
I want to see if he responds to a prayer that is not under his divinity.
So you're just calling to him.
Basically. Like, I'm not asking to be part of his divinity. I'm just asking for a link.
Just call him. Make a
What
call into the
pray?
void. Hello, Mr.
Yeah.
Goat.
Wait, what was your question?
What are you praying?
What's your wording?
Yep.
Hello, Mr. Goat. You may remember me as your while my hands are still in a prayer type form, extend my fingers and say, "Masters, acquaintances." Um, I was wondering if you are, I, if you are able to use some of your divinity.
To what?
So, some of your divinity to.
Help a brother out.
No, because if by definition he's gonna just help you.
Yes, that's okay
No.
with me.
It's not okay with me, damn it.
That's fine with me. I'll come back for you in 12 days. Don't worry.
Fuck off. Is it possible to help the people that I've met escape? And by people, I mean the people that's in this mountain range.
I'm gonna be real. If I'm helping anyone escape, it's gonna be Besmos. If I have to pick one of you, he's been the one that's been nice to me.
In a somewhat similar fashion, as you close your eyes and pray, you see a strange point of golden light that, as your own goddess is very used to her own divinity, she can pop up with you and your vision pretty easily as long as you're on that side of the divine gate. This goat is still getting used to things, so you see like the dot kind of expand and retract a few times before he just like explodes into your vision and says,
Is it
"Oof."
possible? Is it possible? Like, oh, it's okay. Just do this. No, wait, not too bright, too bright.
He's here now. He's here now.
And he goes, "Hello, friend of my master. I am still very much getting used to my divinity. As soon as I figure out how, I am definitely getting you all off this plane. Just hang in there with me."
Not for the goat, but out of character. How many days has it been? Has it been only a day?
It's been a day of travel since the goat ascended and all of that stuff went down.
Meaning we're down
I
to
understand.
9.
I understand that you're getting you. Well, you just been ascended like literally a day ago.
Yes, I was born of the ether right before I met all of you. So I'm literally like 3 days old, 2 days old.
Goat was
Yeah.
created, became a god. Let's go.
I was just created. I don't know what anything is yet. My consciousness has expanded at a rate that would break all of your minds.
That is highly understandable.
I'm
My
drunk enough, I can do
only,
it.
our only problem is that, well, yes, you're getting used to your powers. We only have 9 days left before the next cycle begins.
I understand that. I am doing my absolute best. I'm figuring it out. I was just born. Cut me some slack.
I'm not getting upset, nor am I getting, what is it? What's the right word to, I guess, a child in this chiding. There we go. Chiding you to pick it up a notch. I'm just informing you that we may all die and get resurrected. As
If you all die here, all of you except for that one, and you see a little vision in your closed eyes of Aiden, your souls will be eternally torn asunder
Yeah, no, we just
It
get
will be
shredded.
very painful.
Okay.
I am very much trying. My master's life is on the line. I understand. I'm working on it.
I trust you, and
Question.
I just gently pat the goat's head. I know you can do this.
The goat isn't
Metaphorically.
here. He's just
I know.
Yeah.
Just like metaphorically, just gently pat the goat's head.
All right. He goes, "All right, thanks. I'm going to go see about gaining some followers. I don't know. I think that's what gods do."
Yes, that's what the
And
majority of
he
gods do.
explodes into light, and you open your eyes, and for a few seconds you can't really see anything. And you
Ow.
have to blink out
Too bright.
the light.
Still working on that. As I just muttered that loudly. What was your question?
If I sacrifice Aiden in the name of the goat,
Oh my god.
can I help to do this faster?
No.
Hey, I didn't ask you. Get out of here.
Who are you asking?
You.
You don't know?
I wish to sacrifice.
Make a religion check.
Evans,
This might work.
I guess you're sacrificing our blacksmith. What the fuck?
You
I mean,
you
it depends
can
on if
worship
it's
the
gonna work
goat.
or not. It depends on if I think it's gonna work or not. 14.
No.
Aztec sacrifice won't help? Alright.
No, it wouldn't. If you were worshiping a demon, maybe. But you're not.
Alright, let's summon Satan.
Can we not summon Satan? Thank you.
Why not?
Because Satan is my enemy and I need to kill them.
Yeah, your enemy, not mine.
As they're arguing and I'm working on my tools, I'm just gonna kind of walk over to Besmos and then pull out the smithing tools and then point to the little jar with the hooves in it. Well, not little, I guess. And then point at one of the javelins that he's got, or that he's working on.
Oh, I see what you're doing here.
I'm going to point towards that, or the hooves, and back towards the javelin.
I understand. I'll be Besmos done.
And then I'm going to take out my my warhammer and start like smack a rock to show him what I'm planning.
I mean, he handed you the javelin.
Okay, I'm gonna take the javelin and start working on seeing if I can't do anything with it too.
All right.
I'd imagine I have some leather strips and stuff like that with this with the tools.
Mm-hmm. You're proficient with Smith's tools, obviously.
I'm gonna try and make this into something.
Okay.
Oh, he asked how many javelins does he have to add?
You have two javelins.
How many
Well,
legs did we break off?
One now. 4 legs were blasted off, but 2 were so forcefully exploded off the body that they were pretty unusable.
I could use them and take the skin. Or oh wait, no, it's an insect. Never mind. Takes away from my plan. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to get these things to attach together into a warhammer.
Wait, is the blood of it still on the ground?
I would assume. Unless it burned
Yeah,
up already.
Okay.
There is blood on the ground.
Is it the blood of this Drider? And our Drider's poisonous?
Yeah. Very.
Okay. So I take out my water skin.
Okay.
And scoop up some of the Dryad's blood.
Dryad blood.
Drider. What? Bleh, words. They both have a DR in their names. Leave me alone.
Okay, you dip your javelin in it. It is now covered in dried blood.
Good job, Besmos.
And you get a nice little puddle of dried blood in your water skin.
So
Sarah.
perfect. How many water skins do I have? I have like one.
It's not a massive flowing pool of blood.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like enough to fill the water skin up.
Almost, not quite.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's what I just have a water skin filled with rider blood. Alright.
Hawk takes off his amulet and just stares at it.
Fucking useless.
Aiden,
Mm-hmm.
roll a strength check and add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Okay, got it.
And add a d4 as
I'm still enlarged.
something happens.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, are you still enlarged?
Uh-huh. I have not let the spell down at this point.
Alright.
It's a
Then
valuable
roll
spell.
2d4.
Okay.
Add 2d4.
So that's 17 plus 4, and then, because you said add my strength modifier, so for
Mm-hmm.
proficiency, so that's 20. Oh, okay. Sorry. 21 plus proficiency is another 4, so that's 25, and then plus 2d4. All right. 2 and 4. So another 6, so that's 31.
31.
I'm good at making things. It's the only thing I'm good at.
Besmos, you walk over. Oh. Who
Hey,
left?
Besmos just came back.
Besmos, you walk over and go to help him with some of the smithing, and his hands are flying. He has made this small little campfire into a full-on mini forge, and he's like slamming a few mallets down into this spider leg, and he's kind of heating it up, and this hard, like, shelled spider leg that you kind of carved down into a spear, it's almost heating up similarly to metal as he kind of like shapes it. Hold on 1 second.
Right as my alarm goes off to call Wolf.
Well, I
Great.
guess you're shit out of luck.
Huh?
I guess you're out of luck, huh?
I know, right? Well, I'm not calling him right now. That wasn't me. I just had my alarm go off. Goes off 10 minutes
it.
to 8 every night.
Do it.
I have.
Call him right now.
Well, I tried calling him last time and he ignored me, so I'm not calling him again. I told him straight up.
Damn.
Yep, no.
It's fucked up.
So this is, by the way, what happens when I min-max a character, but if you guys are wondering. Although I've never used an artillerist, so this was kind of curious to see how it does. I'm kind of happy that I'm trying it.
I'm tempted to chuck the amulet, but I think...
Give it to me. I can tinker with it.
I don't think the god would be very happy if I chucked it.
No, he would not. All right.
It's junk.
So what does this thing turn into?
So, this thing, you know vaguely what it does. Make an intelligence check
Oh, I'm good at these.
as you're combining a couple different forms of demonic magic into
Oh god.
something crazy.
22.
22? You have a
I got
pretty
18.
good idea of what this is. I'll message it to you.
Okay. I assume I make I make it into a warhammer though.
Yep.
Okay. Then once I am done with it, I am gonna give it back to Besmos. Because I don't care who has it. It's not mine. I just wanted to build it. Oh, I wonder, did I use both hooves in this case, or just one? So I didn't use both. We can use the other one, give that to Zyra. Wolf is still typing. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you can add that to Besmos' inventory. Because I'm giving it to him.
Will do.
Did I use both hooves on that or only one?
1.
Okay. I'm gonna point to the shiny lady and smile as I hand that thing to Besmos and basically look her in the eyes and go, find, and I kind of like form my hand around like what would be a shaft, and point to the hoof, and then point back to her.
I'm putting the spear I took behind my back.
I don't want your spear.
I don't trust you.
I literally just gave Besmos a weapon and you don't trust me. That's
I
fair.
still. Well, it's almost crazy. It's like when someone breathes poison in your face. You don't trust them.
I mean,
Wild, right?
I didn't know you.
I was walking
Besmos
away
healed
from
me.
you. And you tried to
Besmos healed
poison
me up, and so did Zerthana. So, as far as I'm concerned, I will smith for them.
Good thing I'm a monk. I don't need your stupid weapons.
It's like pepper spraying a dude. It's fair.
He's not wrong.
Oh my god.
Listen, I missed. Get over it.
Listen, my friends pepper sprayed me. I
God.
pepper sprayed my friends.
But yeah, so I'm gonna make sure to point to Zerthana and point out what I just did to give her the idea and just kind of mimic a shaft.
I noticed and look at the weapon that Besmos has, and then look back and see it does the shaft motion, and I'm like, okay. And not okay, but I just do a nod.
Alright, so I'm gonna put the jar back in my pack and continue on, ignoring Hawk Feather.
All right. The sun has gone down at this point.
Long rest.
If you would all like to rest on the side of this mountain.
Yes. At least
Alright.
me.
You've
I know
all
I'm rolling over
eaten.
and going to sleep.
Aiden's rolling over.
Wait. I'm gonna make this very clear. I'm gonna stab a piton into the mountain next to me, and I'm going to tie myself with a rope onto it. Or through it.
Okay.
Piton is the little iron spike that you stick into
It's
mountains.
a climbing spike.
Yeah, that you put a rope through. So it's just to tie myself off, just in case someone decides
It's
to be
like
an idiot.
anchoring himself.
Mm-hmm.
No worries.
Yep.
All right, and then I'm gonna sleep.
All right. Maxwell goes, I'll take first shift.
I would like to force Besmos to make a hut for sleeping.
I'll just take the
To
next
make what?
shift.
Besmos said okay. Perfect.
He's gonna make a
What's
hut.
he doing? Oh, gotcha. A little dirt hut. Yeah,
That will be
he
our
makes
place to sleep.
a little hut. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll make it. I got you.
All right, is that a long rest?
That is a long rest for
Thank the
everybody.
gods. I needed that. I have said cannon back. I'm also reduced in size.
Awesome. All right. At that point, I think we're going to leave it for tonight as you all wake up at the volcano. A new possible companion having joined you guys.
Possible douche.
I'm not saying anything. Nope.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining. It's been a good one. Nice little fight with a Drider priestess. Catch us back more some other time. I don't know. How do you end these things?
Have a good one, guys. Thank you all.